Hi guys, it's day 4 of the Chakra Challenge with healing and rebalancing and whatever comes in through divine. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today it's so interesting how we do these kind of things. And then everything today for me was all about the heart. Go figure, and today is the heart. So the heart chakra, some people see it as green, right here, obviously heart. I actually feel it as pink and always have. Rose quartz is my absolute favorite crystal for this one. I used to wear rose quartz right here when I was doing a lot of belief work on myself for the heart chakra. So we're talking about the chakras in our energy system and how that works. And one of the things I do is heal beliefs, and we all change our beliefs all the time, or we all attempt to, but our actions can change our beliefs. And it is through our beliefs and through changing our feelings and changing our perceptions of things that we change the reality of what we're experiencing, which changes the energy of what we're experiencing, and it all flows together. It changes how we think. All of this thing is a fluid thing in motion. And when we're talking about heart in particular, although all of them work this way, the heart is resonating, and if you were to imagine it as beliefs at the middle of it, based upon what we believe to be true and reflecting out into the universe, and we're receiving back a mirror of what we believe to be true. So it's really important to take the heart and look at where you are in that, and if you want to experience something different, change within that, feel within that, heal within that, change beliefs within that. So the heart is all about love and relationships, which is really close. I mean, that's big, right? That's big. It's all about relationships. It's all about connection and unifying and bringing wholeness in from heart, soul, body. It's really that merging of all three areas. This is where most of our energy comes from is through this heart. It's the bridge that unites our mind. It unites our upper chakras with our lower ones. It is the bridge that unites mind, body, and spirit. So this is such a beautiful energy center. It really is a 50-50 energy center too. If you were to imagine, it sends out and it brings in. So this is all about love, and you know it's love when it's giving and receiving. But if it's only one of those, then that's not love. That's something different. So that's an important part of it too. It's the balance of the give and the receive. And a lot of us are really good at giving, not so good at receiving. Some people are really good at just taking, but that's not love either. So that's all part of this heart chakra. When it's open, you are in a place of openness and reception to receiving the love that you want and you desire, and to giving it. You are compassionate. You're in that place of compassion. You're in that place of unconditional love, unity for all. You're in this place of fulfilling intimate relations with somebody else. You're in a place of really loving yourself when this chakra is activated and it's flowing beautifully, when the energy is flowing beautifully. You're loving yourself. You are in a place of non-judgment. It's the opposite of that. You're also in deep gratitude and also forgiveness. So forgiveness is like mastery of this heart chakra. Forgiveness is mastery of it. If it's closed though, and remember, there's a lot of middle ground. It's rare for it to be totally one or the other. Often there are shades of gray within there. Although I guess rare isn't necessarily the word. I have seen it totally one or the other. It does happen, but there are lots of shades of gray here. So it can look like, when it's closed, a lot of anger, a lot of anxiety in relationships, resentment, jealousy, trust issues, commitment issues, grudges against people, difficulty receiving. That's a big one. Difficulty accepting the gifts from others, the love from others. And anybody who's given love to somebody who didn't accept it knows how that doesn't feel so great. Like, we want our love to be accepted. If this is off, it can be filled with fear and suspicion, and also trying to control relationships and trying to control the other person to get your needs met. Lack of self-love, no discernment in a relationship, like lights are on and nobody's home, and lots of violation and stuff. Of course, that's also the lower chakras, but this one really plays. It is the bridge between the upper and the lower, and you will see if there's issues in the lower chakras where you're working, coming from a place of, your needs weren't met, you're still in that place of abuse, you haven't healed the trauma, it can really be reflected in your intimate relationships. So healing, you need to work on the lower chakras too. You need to work on the other chakras that are out to bring this into balance. Like, what is going on there within the belief structure to create that? If you're in a lot of anxiety, that can be a negative component of this too, because anxiety for the future in your relationship. If you're focused on what went wrong in the past, then you haven't healed from it, and then you're creating situations in the future with your worry and your anxiety. So that's an important component too. So this just give you an idea of where you are within that. And like I said, most people are in between. They're not the same place in all relationships. They might have one relationship where there's lots of anger and trust issues, but maybe not all of them. Courage comes from the heart too. So some people say courage comes from our power center, but courage truly comes from the heart. I mean, if you think about expressing yourself truthfully, vulnerably, honestly, that is one of the hardest things to do. And that is what we're here for, but not from a place of you're going to come in and hurt me, from a place of truth. It takes a lot of courage to say this is what I want, and know that the person may not want to give that. That takes a lot of courage. But do you really want to be loved for who you're not, or for what you don't want? You deserve better than that. You deserve to have the fullness of life and to really experience love with the give and the take and all of that. Because this chakra is all about give and receive, that it can get shut down really easy. If a relationship is all about give, one person giving, it's not loving, and then your chakra is going to be blocked. It's going to be shut down. It's going to have issues within it. Some other things that can really close this in relationship when you're trying to learn how to communicate effectively is the place of criticism and judgment. If criticism and judgment comes into, that is like major, like shut down the chakras. Nobody's communicating well. Nobody's getting intimacy and communication within that. So this is all about, it's also learning how to love yourself. So if all relationships, if all relationships are mirrors of what we feel inside and the beliefs we have, then we are seeing from others what we hold to be true. Not that we're responsible for their behavior, but if we're having like a pattern of behavior where somebody isn't giving us love, or we're not perceiving they're not giving us love, what is that inside us? It's not from the place of, oh, how am I to blame? That would be a negative too. It's what in me am I looking to come into that I'm not receiving there? Because all things come from a place of we are whole. So if you're ever coming from a place in relationship where someone completes you, that's not wholeness. Though we do have soulmates, we do have that. And you can have many soulmates, and sometimes soulmates are only there for a period of time to heal certain things from. But you move into... It's a fine line, and it's really important to stress that when you realize that the wounding you see in your relationships is something for you to ask yourself what you're learning, or what is it you need to bring to yourself so that you can now experience it, is not about you being to blame if if there's some behavior that's not right, like if there's abusive or there's infidelity or there's other things. That doesn't mean you're to blame. But it does mean there's something inside you to look at, because that's where your compass of control comes in too, right here. So what that can look like. For a long time, I didn't feel loved in my relationship. I was searching. did not feel worthy, did not feel loved, and searching for that. And I kept on being like, why can't you show me? Why can't you? Why can't you? Why can't you? And I didn't actually do that. But that kept on coming out. And when I finally get to a place inside myself where I loved me, I knew I was worthy and deserving. I knew I deserved a relationship that looked like XYZ. The energy automatically started shifting. I started asking for what I really needed, truthfully, honestly. And I could make different choices coming from a place of love inside for me. So that's what I mean when I say that. When we shift inside to ourselves, giving to us what we need and what we're here to learn, then we can come into authentic expression within a relationship and receive that which we really desire. We match it energetically because the world is a mirror of that. So that's the healing that comes into the heart space. And as I said before, that takes a lot of courage to get to that place. You have to have courage to get to there. But know that all of you, every single one of you, is worthy and deserving of that love. There's not anyone who is born feeling, and this is one of the biggest wounds that we have, is abandonment and being unlovable. This one touches deeply. And it keeps us from speaking our truth. It keeps us from engaging in our truth. It keeps us from asking for what we really want. Because if we don't ask for what we really want, and if they don't provide it, then they really didn't put us down and abandon us. But the reality is, if we're not speaking our truth and asking for what we want and being who we really are and all of that, then we abandon ourselves. And that's what we're here for. We're here to love ourselves unconditionally and then experience that in the outside world. So it's not just all about us. It's the experience. We're here for relationship. We're here for love. We're here for all of that. So the question is always with the heart chakra, are you engaging in love or fear? Is it coming from love or fear? And if it's fear, then there's something to be healed. So with that said, the healing that we're going to bring in, there can be a lot of different levels and layers to this. Oh, I went sideways, didn't I? So we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath. And I have my green bowl, even though I do see pink as the heart chakra. Have no clue how that sounds on my phone. So breathe deeply into your heart space. Know that this healing is here for now and forever forward. For anyone who uses this or needs this, would like this, desire this, who needs some heart healing to get to a place of self-love within and self-love and love in relationship and closeness and connection and intimacy, all the things that we want and desire and that we're deserving and worthy of. Holy fire is flowing for everyone who's here and in the future. Go ahead and take deep breaths into your heart space. Seeing it as this beautiful energy of pink compassion. Go ahead and breathing in with eyes closed, moving it down your body. Seeing this energy of pink moving down your body and your hips and your legs, all the way down through your feet into the ground. All the way through the layers into the center of the earth. All the way through until it gets to this beautiful gold crystalline core. Plugging into this beautiful gold. Seeing this pillar of light coming up of gold, mixing with the pink, coming up beautifully. All the way up through the earth and up through the feet and up through our body. Up our chakras, opening them up to the top of our head in a beautiful ball of light. Out into space, through the moon and the stars. Deeper and deeper, higher and higher, watching as that pillar goes up, up, up. All the way up into this beautiful white light, plugging into the energy of divine. Go ahead and bring that energy of divine all the way down that pillar, that beautiful pillar, all the way down into your body, into your heart space. And before we even do this, we're going to release any trauma, any pain, any place where your needs were not met as a child. And we're going to fill that with worth and love, and that you know how loved you were, that those were not expressions of being unlovable, being unworthy. We're going to bring that healing in for all of those chakras. Create that now. And of course, you always say yes or no. It's your choice. For now and for the future, for everyone who's on here. Feeling into your heart space and seeing this beautiful white, pink, gold energy swirling in there, bringing healing, love, divine, unconditional love energy. Know that this crystal bowl, resonating at the frequency for the heart chakra, is actually penetrating through and helping to release any blocks or barriers you have to moving into love for self and connection and intimacy for others. Okay, so let's go ahead and download and teach you what it feels like to love yourself through divine's perception, definition. That you know what that feels like, how to, when to, it's possible to, and you do, and that yours is the same. Create that now. Watch as it's the flow of energy moving in. Now, not all of us received the love that we needed from our parents, and this isn't about a blame or judgment, but we're going to download into the cells of your body, into every area of your life and all lifetimes, that you know you are worthy and deserving of a parent's unconditional love through Creator's definition, and that you know what that definition is, and that yours is the same, because we did not all receive the love of Creator's love through our parents. So let's create that now, and that it's safe and loving through Creator. Thank you. Oh, pouring through all of your chakras, that you're worthy and deserving of that. And you know how to ask for what you want in a relationship. You know it's possible to ask for what you truly want, that you're worthy and deserving to ask for what you truly want, that you know how to do that. Create that now. Okay. You know how to have proper discernment in relationships. You know how to see it clearly for what it is, and to know that you are worthy and deserving to have your needs met, and to see that. Create that now. You have Creator's definition or perspective of intimacy in relationships, what that truly is. How to have that. How to engage with that. That it's possible, and that you can and do if you choose. Thank you. You know what it feels like and how to be safe in relationships through Creator's definition. And that actually flows into all the areas of your body, healing as it goes, bringing healing, that you're worthy and deserving to be safe in relationships. Create that now. That you're worthy and deserving to have respect in relationships, and to treat others in respect. And you know how to treat others with respect and love and compassion and care. Create that now. You know what proper or what appropriate boundaries are through Creator in relationships. You know how, I'm hearing, to implement appropriate boundaries. You know it's possible, that you're allowed to, you can, and you do. Create that now. You know what it means to have trust, to receive trust, and to give trust, and to be trustworthy, and how to be trustworthy, and it's possible to be. And you know how to discern when someone is trustworthy or when they're without being trustworthiness. that you clearly have that perception and definition all through Creator. Thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done. Show me. That trust one is just whirling. I can see it flowing through. Lots of trust issues here. You know how to feel. You know Creator's definition and perspective of what it's like, how to, when to, it's possible to, and you do. Have compassion for self and others. And you know what true compassion is. Create that now. You know how to love and accept yourself fully. You know how to see yourself with discernment. You know how to take responsibility for your actions. You know that it's possible to from a place of love. All through Creator's definition and perspective. Create that now. You know how to tell the truth. That it's possible to with how you feel. And that it's safe to. And you know when it's safe to. And when it. Create that now. So I'm hearing now to bring in an energy of just a healing of forgiveness. There's something we can do within a session where we bring somebody in and we actually go through an exercise, which is incredibly healing. But this is just to bring forgiveness into the heart and bring the healing and the vibration of forgiveness. To all your chakras. We're going to balance them and align them in the highest, best way through Creator's definition of what's best for you. Create that now. Bringing in a heart healing to heal and release any emotions brought up by any of this, sending it to Creator's light and love. Bring in healing for all of that. Thank you. And I'm hearing to bring in that you know you're worthy and deserving to have someone love you deeply. And you know how to love them deeply for who they truly are. And you know it's possible to attract a person that will love you deeply. Create that now. And that you're worthy and deserving of that. All right, bringing in this pure white light energy, see it swirling down. And I'm hearing to bring in God's divine perception and understanding of how lovable you are. And that yours is the same. Bringing that awareness and perception into you through your heart with this white energy flowing. Bringing balance. Taking the energy now and seeing it going up above your head, all the way up into divine. Rinsing off in this beautiful shower of energy, disconnecting all of our energies. Bringing the energy down for yourself, seeing it flow down, all the way down through your body, down into the ground, all the way into the crystalline core, into the beautiful Gaia grid. Gold, plugging in, you're fully grounded and connected to divine, coming back up to your heart space, feeling that, feeling the peace and the love, and taking a deep breath and wiggling your toes and your fingers, and coming back to. So, of course, there's always more. When it comes to relationships, we can hold so much information in there. Disconnecting all energy. We can hold so much information in there, and we can have so many wounds, so many heart issues. So be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. And I would say learn to love yourself. Love yourself. That's the pathway. And then all the love that you wish to receive will flow back into you. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.